Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel so you never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon. Find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Kansas City Royals versus Pittsburgh Pirates. This should be an exciting matchup on Sunday afternoon, but when the dust settles, I think it'll be the Pirates who take care of business. I'll ride with Pittsburgh as a slim favorite. Mostly, this is a fade of Brady Singer, Kansas City's starting pitcher. The right-hander hasn't been overpowering in his last 4 starts, logging a pedestrian 4.98 ERA over the 21.2-inning stretch. Furthermore, the Pirates have found success against him, as their current lineup is slashing .296 .321 .333 against him over 27 at-bats. Kansas City is just 1-6 in Singer's last 7 starts, including dropping his last 4 outings. Let's take a shot on the pesky Pirates to salvage a game in this series. I mentioned that Singer is on a stretch where the Royals are just 1-6 in his last 7 starts. Well, with a hypothetical total of 8.0 runs, the over is 6.01 in those 7 starts. On the flip side, Jared Jones has seen at least 8 runs in his last 4 starts. While neither of these offenses are in great form, I think this is a great breakout spot for each of them. Finally, it's worth noting that these are 2 of the worst bullpens in baseball. The Pirates are 27th in relief ERA, 4.61, and 28th in WHIP, 1.40, while the Royals are 24th, 4.44, and 26th, 1.38, in those respective categories. There should be opportunities for these offenses to score all throughout this game, so I like the over with a total sitting at a flat 8.0 runs. St. Louis Cardinals versus Toronto Blue Jays. The St. Louis Cardinals are looking to get back into the NL wildcard race, but are coming off a 7-2 road loss on Saturday against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Cards struggled at the plate as they were 3-for-30 with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Jordan Walker hit a home run in the game as well to help the offense going. However, the team was hitless in 3 at-bats with runners in scoring position and stranded 3 men on base. Kyle Gibson struggled in the loss and in 5.1 innings allowed 5 runs, 1 earned. The Toronto Blue Jays have been doing well in the role of spoiler and were able to secure a 7-2 home win on Saturday over the St. Louis Cardinals. The lineup did a great job as they were 10-for-34 with 4 walks and strikeouts. John Schneider hit a home run in this game while the lineup went 4-for-11 with runners in scoring position while stranding 7 men on base. Jose Berrios did a great job in the win as he went 7 innings and gave up 1 run. The Toronto Blue Jays have been the better team as of late and should be in the driver's seat for this game. Diving into the road/home splits shows a difference as Miles McCullough's is 7-5 with a 4.65 ERA and a 1.28 WHIP in 81.1 innings, 15 starts. On the road, while Yariel Rodriguez is 0-2 with a 3.64 ERA and a .231 batting average against in 29.2 innings, 6 starts, inside the Rogers Center. The offenses in the last few weeks show there is a bigger gap than you'd believe on paper, as the St. Louis Cardinals are averaging 4.08 runs in their previous 13 games while the Toronto Blue Jays are scoring 5.25 runs in their last 12 games. All in all, go with the Toronto Blue Jays to pick up a win and sweep the series. Both starting pitchers are not doing well as of late and need to improve before considering the under. In the last 7 starts, Miles McCullough's is 0-3 with a 7.76 ERA and a 1.63 WHIP in 31.1 innings of work, while Yaniel Rodriguez is 0-2 with a 4.68 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP in 32.2 innings during that stretch. These teams are also giving up too many hits with runners in scoring position and not getting out of situations unscathed. The Cardinals are 17th in the Bigs with a .258 batting average against with runners in scoring position, while the Blue Jays are tied with the Detroit Tigers for 14th with a .254 opposing batting average in those situations. Go with over 8.5 runs as the better bet here. Tampa Bay Rays versus Cleveland Guardians. Taj Bradley will toe the rubber in the finale of this four-game series with the Guardians. He allowed 4 runs, 3 earned, on 6 hits in 6 innings in a no decision against the Phillies last Tuesday. 3 of the Phillies' 4 runs off Bradley came via the long ball, a Kyle Schwarber solo shot in the first inning before Tree Turner added a 2-run dinger in the third. According to Yahoo.com, he posted a solid 32% whiff rate and 32% CSW. It's never been about swing and miss stuff with Bradley, but is more about his command, which has been inconsistent since a hot stretch at the beginning of the summer. Ben Lively is healthy enough to pitch the finale of this 4-game set against the Rays. Lively was removed from his start last Tuesday versus the White Sox after getting hit in the leg by a comebacker. Lively needed to be helped off the field after taking a 96 mph line drive off his right thigh in the second inning, but he managed to escape the incident with nothing more than a bruise. Taj Bradley had an electric start through April and May, but he has slowed down considerably down the stretch. The 23-year-old has now allowed at least 3 earned runs in 8 straight starts. He has gone 8 straight starts without a victory, struggling to an 8.27 ERA in that span. Bradley is 6-10 on the season with a 4.40 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, and 137.41 KBB across 122.2 innings. The Guardians are trying to stave off the Royals and Twins in the American League Central. Cleveland has won 6 of their last 9 games facing American League foes. Take the Guardians to come out on top in this one. Ben Lively will take the mound in the finale of this series with the Rays. Lively was removed from his start last Tuesday versus the White Sox after getting hit in the leg by a comebacker. Lively needed to be helped off the field after taking a 96 mph line drive off his right thigh in the second inning, but he managed to escape the incident with nothing more than a bruise. On the season, he has been consistent, posting a 4.01 ERA and 1.24 WHIP over 137 innings. The total has gone under in 8 of Tampa Bay's last 9 road games against the Guardians. This will be a low-scoring game. Take the under. Chicago Cubs versus Colorado Rockies. The Chicago Cubs entered 2024 full of hope and expectations, and while they struggled early, they've turned things on as of late behind a solid 37-39 road record that has them just 6 games back of the final wild card spot in the National League. Despite some good offensive performances, the Cubs rank 13th in baseball in runs scored, but even with their pitching staff recording a top 1.0 ERA in baseball, they've struggled for consistency throughout much of the year, which may hold them back from a postseason berth. Taking the mound for Chicago in this one will be veteran righty Kyle Hendricks, who has struggled for consistency throughout 2024, tallying a shocking 6.51 ERA through a disappointing 112.0 innings of work. Last time out for the Cubs was a disappointing loss to the Rockies, with a combined 5 RBI from Michael Busch and Cody Bellinger, all the offense they could muster as they ultimately fell in dominant fashion 9-5. Despite their struggles as a team, the Colorado Rockies don't make it easy for anyone at Coors Park, but in their past 10 head-to-head meetings, the Cubs have come away with a dominant 7-3 record. In their earlier matchup this season, the one game started by Cal Quantrill saw a total of 17 runs scored, 9-8 victory for Chicago, and with the Cubs desperate to make a late-season push for the playoffs, expect them to rebound from a loss and put the Rockies away with a huge victory behind veteran Kyle Hendricks. While the over is just 4-6 in the past 10 head-to-head meetings of these teams, in Colorado, that number becomes 4-0, with the combined average total of runs scored in those 4 meetings averaging out to 11 per game. For the Cubs, the over is 6-4 in their past 10 overall games, with an impressive 29 runs scored in their recent 4-game road trip, and for the Rockies, the over is just 3-7 in their past 10, with the combined total number of runs averaging out to 11.5 in their past 8 games played at home. Keep it simple, take the over.